So good afternoon and welcome to Bellingham, Washington. We have a day edition of West Coast League Baseball here on the Bellingham Bells YouTube channel for you, and it's your Bells hosting the Port Angeles Lefties for the third game of a three-game series between these two North Division squads in the West Coast League. Yesterday, a victory for your Bellingham Bells, 8-2. Looking at some other scores in the West Coast League, alongside with the Bells and Lefties in the North, it was Victoria winning over Kamloops as the Harbor Cats won 13-3 on the road. Also in a north-on-north matchup, the Kelowna Falcons beat the Wenatchee Apple Sox 5-2 last night. Falcons on the road taking a couple from Wenatchee. Kelowna has been an impressive team so far this season and definitely a threat when it comes to that postseason spot that the Bells are hoping to have as the number 2 seed. A couple of inter-division matchups for other North teams. The Nanaimo Night Owls beat the Bend Elks 10-1. And then the Edmonton Riverhawks fell to the Marion Berries 12-4. Down south, in those matchups, you had the Portland Pickles beating the Ridgefield Raptors 12-7. Pickles on the road picking up that win. The Springfield Drifters a blowout win at home as they beat the Corvallis Knights 11-0. You then had the Walla Walla Sweets beating the Yakima Valley Pippins 6-5. That game went into the 10th inning, and the Sweets walked it off in the 10th at home. So today, a rubber match between the Bellingham Bells and the Port Angeles Lefties. Yesterday, Bells took the second game of a three-game set against Port Angeles with an 8-2 win on Saturday, July 11th here at Joe Martin Field. Bells had 10 hits on offense, and the pitching staff recorded 10 strikeouts in the win. Bellingham had the early lead after scoring their first run on an error by the Lefties. That scored Aspen Alexander, who had doubled the batter before. It established an early 1-0 lead for Bellingham starter Parker Warner. Port Angeles, though, did tie the game in the third inning, following two perfect innings from Warner. Nate Johnson, though, then doubled in a run to score the first of a three-run third inning for Bellingham. Alexander scored on the play after reaching base due to a leadoff error. Jake Lyle then swatted a sacrifice fly, and Dylan Moss had an RBI double in that inning to give Bellingham a 4-1 lead. David Weiser came in relief of Warner. Weiser went for 2 2/3 innings of scoreless baseball and earned his first win of the season after striking out two batters while working around the 3 hits and 2 walks he allowed. The Bells posted their second 3-run inning in the 5th. Rashad Hayes hit a sacrifice fly to begin the scoring, and then Aspen Alexander sent in 2 more runs on a single to give Bellingham a 7-1 lead. Gavin Hashey then relieved Warner during the 6th and then pitched the full 7th without allowing a run. He posted 2 strikeouts and only allowed a hit by pitch. Bryce Johnson had an RBI single in the bottom of the 6th inning to make it 8-1. Cal Young came in for the 8th inning, struck out 2 batters but surrendered a solo home run, and it was then Ben McKinnon closing out the game in the 9th with the help of 2 strikeouts to cap off the 8-2 win. So now we have the rubber game between the Bells and Lefties here. 1:35 first pitch here on a Sunday edition of Bellingham Bells Baseball. In last night's game, Alexander was the player of the game, going 2 of 5 with 2 RBI and 2 runs. Today, a Savings Sundays presented by Industrial Credit Union. You get $2 off your tickets on Sunday games, $2 popcorn, $2 DQ dilly bars, and $3 hot dogs. We only have one more Savings Sunday on the schedule for you, August 2nd, when the Bells host the Victoria Harbor Cats. After spending their next 2 Sundays on the road, that'll be the final one of the season. During the final week of the regular season, Bells will have the Victoria Harbor Cats and Edmonton Riverhawks to close out the regular season schedule through the end of July and August. After today's game against Port Angeles, it'll be a series against the Kelowna Falcons as the next league games you'll see here in Washington. It'll be the Kelowna Falcons coming to town on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, the 20th, 21st, and 22nd here at Joe Martin Field to face your Bells. Bellingham and Kelowna matched up in the very first 3-game series of the summer. Bells took that series up north. They'll now host the Falcons, who are one of the hottest teams in the West Coast League right now, currently sitting at second in the West Coast League's North Division. The Falcons 22-13. They're 7-3 in their last 10 games, tied with the Apple Sox for that record. The Apple Sox still atop the North, 25-10 their record, with the Bellingham Bells sitting in third place of a 21-14. Behind them, the Nanaimo Night Owls, who are 21-17. The Edmonton Riverhawks trailing with an 18-16 record. And then the teams below 500 are the Victoria Harbor Cats at 17-18. The Kamloops North Paws at 14-21. And these Port Angeles Lefties at 8-26. Down south, it's now Walla Walla and the Sweets, who are the best team in the South. They've overtaken Ridgefield after the Raptors going through a bit of struggles similar to what the Bells have done. The Raptors 2 wins in their last 10 games. They're now 20-15 behind the 22-16 Walla Walla Sweets. The Corvallis Knights third in the South, 18-17. And then an even 500 record for the Portland Pickles at 16 wins and 16 losses. Below 500 teams are the Yakima Valley Pippins at 17-18. The Marion Berries 14-20. The Bend Elks 13-20. And the Springfield Drifters 13-22. But the Drifters have won 6 of their last 10. The matchup here today will be the 9th between Bellingham and Port Angeles. Bells 7 wins to just 1 loss against the Lefties so far this year. That loss coming on Friday in the 2-1 win for Port Angeles, but got back with an 8-2 win yesterday to take down the Lefties, and now we'll look for the series win. We'll get your starting lineups when we come back here. 1:35, our scheduled start time at the ballpark.
Have you had a fall, sprain, or break? Skip the emergency room and go straight to the experts, Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons. With walk-in, same-day orthopedic care, you won't have to wait for the treatment you need. And to better serve our community, we've extended our walk-in clinic hours, 1 to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays. Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons.
Need a break from everything? Escape to a place where anything is possible and the fun never stops. At Silver Reef Casino Resort, you'll discover world-class dining, championship caliber golf, a full sports book and bar, over 1,000 top-rated slots and table games, and so much more. Come join the fun and see why we've been consistently rated one of the region's top destinations. Visit silverreefcasino.com to book your stay and discover all the exciting events and promotions we have in store for you. Silver Reef Casino Resort, located off I-5, exit 260.
At Judd & Black, great value comes with expert assistance. We're your hometown appliance store, where you can expect top-notch service and a wide selection of quality brands.
When you walk into a Judd & Black showroom, you can expect to see a very friendly face that's ready to help and figure out what you need.
Enjoy a shopping experience big box stores can't offer. Talk to an appliance expert at your hometown appliance store for over 85 years. Judd & Black.
What's up, Bells fans? Dr. Amar here from Everstrong Therapy, the sports and performance physical therapists and rehab professionals right here in Bellingham. We are so proud to continue being the official training and rehab partner of the Bellingham Bells, making sure our boys are safe and moving their best throughout the season. So remember, when you're ready to rehab like a professional athlete, come see us at Everstrong, and we'll see you soon. Thanks so much, stay Everstrong, and go Bells.
Bummer. This never happens at a convenient time, does it? It's always while you're hustling to meet a deadline or trying to enjoy the game. If only there were a way to outsource this and get back to what you were doing. Well, as a matter of fact, there is. Team Technology is local and employee-owned, balancing ease of access with security and compliance for the cloud and on-premise systems of small and large businesses alike. Connect with Team Technology and see how technology is easier with a team.
Back here in Bellingham, Washington, pregame before 1:35 start time between your Bellingham Bells and the Port Angeles Lefties. Let's take a look at your starting lineups today. First for the visitors from Port Angeles, the leadoff man once again, Will Feltus, getting another start at second base. Garrett Patterson, who we saw as the starting pitcher in yesterday's game, is going to catch and bat second for the Lefties. The West Coast League All-Star Ethan Wood batting third in the order and playing that first base position he's been at all series. Daniel's still in right field, but now cleaning up. Sam Matosic, who hit a home run yesterday, is going to be in left with the former All-Star Tommy Markey in center field. Nathan Huey moves up one spot as the DH, batting seventh for Port Angeles, with George Smith, the shortstop, trailing him. Wyatt Moeller, for the first time in this series, being seen here as the starting third baseman for the Lefties. And then looking at the Bellingham Bells, their starting lineup led off by Jaden Jackson. Jackson, the left fielder in today's game. Aspen Alexander will follow him as the second baseman. Noah Cassie, the designated hitter, caps off 3 straight All-Stars to start the Bells lineup, with Nate Johnson doing the cleaning up at first base. Jake Lau going to be the catcher following them. Also an All-Star, Bryce Johnson a start in center field and bats 6th, with Rashad Hayes, the shortstop, following him. Tyler Peschke going to start at third base and bat 8th. And Ramin Kebon out in right field will bat 9th, with Caleb Seebeck getting the start, the freshman from the University of San Diego. This is a rubber game between the Port Angeles Lefties and your Bellingham Bells. It'll be the last league contest for Bellingham until the weekend where they face the Kamloops North Paws, because following this game, the West Coast League is headed to its All-Star break, because the All-Star game is on the 15th, the Home Run Derby on the 14th. Tomorrow here in Bellingham, we have the Community Champions game. And then we'll also have non-league games for you during the All-Star break, the 14th, 15th, and 16th, to cap off this 9-game homestand where 6 of those games are non-league contests. But today, a league matchup and a chance to take a series over the Port Angeles Lefties. The Bellingham Bells right now taking the field. And as they do that, we'll step away, and when we come back, our first pitch here in Bellingham, Washington. Should be a fun one. A day game here at the Joe. Haven't had too many day games so far. This is just the third of the year. One of them against Portland, one of them against Kamloops, and now today against the Port Angeles Lefties, a team we've seen so much of, and so far a lot of success. 8-2 the win last night for Bellingham. 2-1 the win on Friday for Port Angeles, setting up this rubber game on a Sunday afternoon in Bellingham. A beautiful day, 67 degrees, sunny, the wind blowing in towards center field, and the Bells taking the field. We'll be back with your first pitch here on the Bells YouTube channel.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
Have you had a fall, sprain, or break? Skip the emergency room and go straight to the experts, Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons. With walk-in, same-day orthopedic care, you won't have to wait for the treatment you need. And to better serve our community, we've extended our walk-in clinic hours, 1 to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays. Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons.
Need a break from everything? Escape to a place where anything is possible and the fun never stops. At Silver Reef Casino Resort, you'll discover world-class dining, championship caliber golf, a full sports book and bar, over 1,000 top-rated slots and table games, and so much more. Come join the fun and see why we've been consistently rated one of the region's top destinations. Visit silverreefcasino.com to book your stay and discover all the exciting events and promotions we have in store for you. Silver Reef Casino Resort, located off I-5, exit 260.
At Judd & Black, great value comes with expert assistance. We're your hometown appliance store, where you can expect top-notch service and a wide selection of quality brands.
When you walk into a Judd & Black showroom, you can expect to see a very friendly face that's ready to help and figure out what you need.
Enjoy a shopping experience big box stores can't offer. Talk to an appliance expert at your hometown appliance store for over 85 years. Judd & Black.
Ready to go for Game 3 in a 3-game series between the Port Angeles Lefties and your Bellingham Bells. I'm Zen Hill. Welcome into Joe Martin Field for a Sunday matchup here in the West Coast League's North Division. We'll take a look at your Bellingham Bells starting pitcher in this one, Caleb Seebeck. Just making his first league appearance of the year. Did appear in his debut for an inning, the final inning against the Northwest Star Nighthawks on Tuesday. In that time, had 3 strikeouts of the 5 batters he faced in the inning to close out the Bells' 5-1 win over the Northwest Star Nighthawks. But he's coming off of a season at University of San Diego where he saw a lot of innings, maybe not all the results he would have loved, but just the freshman year for the young right-hander at San Diego. And he's here in Bellingham making the start, trying to help the Bells get a potential win over the Lefties. After winning yesterday 8-2, Bells looking for a series win today with a win over the Lefties. And Jake Lyle will be the catcher for Seebeck in the battery. Will Feltis will do the leading off for Port Angeles. Enters this game at 8-26. Bellingham 21-14. The Bells third in the North Division. The Lefties 8th. And Will Feltis to do the leading off, the freshman from Yakima Valley College, once again beginning the ball game for the Lefties. In last night's game, Feltis went 1 of 3, delivered a single and a sacrifice fly. Was lifted in the 9th inning for Wyatt Moeller, who will be batting later in the order for the Lefties. But for now, it's Caleb Seebeck getting the game started on the hill. And the first pitch that he delivers is a wide fastball for ball 1 against Feltis. 91 miles an hour outside to the lefty batting second baseman wearing the number 16. The lefties in their blue tops and gray bottoms. Bellingham wearing their pinstripes today here in the day game. 2 straight misses from Seebeck to start his outing. 2-0 count against Will Feltis. Seebeck 3 starts made for the University of San Diego this freshman year as he gets his first strike on a 91-mile-an-hour fastball down the middle. The bulk of his innings, though, across 17 bullpen appearances for San Diego. A 9.28 ERA in that time. He gave up 16 walks and a .325 opponent batting average. Seebeck did have 30 strikeouts in the 32 innings. His first year out of Ventura High School playing with USD. Right now, 3-1 the count on Will Feltis. And there's a swing and a miss from him to make it a full count against the very first batter for Caleb Seebeck. Yesterday, Bellingham starter Parker Warner went 3 innings, gave up 1 run. Seebeck forces a foul ball from Feltis, and another full count pitch coming. Warner received no decision through his first 3 innings in yesterday's start. Gave up a run, 2 hits, no walks, and had 2 strikeouts. The win went to David Weiser in his 2 2/3 innings of relief. 3-2 swing and a miss from Feltis, and down goes the leadoff man. Seebeck gets a strikeout to start the game. Feltis struck out to lead off last night's game, and he does it once again here on the Sunday matchup between Bellingham and Port Angeles. And last night's starting pitcher is now going to bat. Garrett Patterson, a 2-way player. He's going to be the catcher in this one. Now have seen him in every single game of the series. He was the designated hitter back on Friday. He swings through strike 1. The pitcher yesterday, starting pitcher, and now catching. So 3 different positions for Patterson, the sophomore out of Citrus College. Swung through the first strike from Caleb Seebeck, the right-hander. This one on the ground to the right side, past the diving Aspen Alexander and into shallow right field in front of Robinick Keebon for a 1-out single as the lefty's first hit coming from Garrett Patterson. Brings up the West Coast League All-Star Ethan Wood. 3 straight games started at first base, batting third in the order for Ethan Wood throughout this series. Yesterday drew 2 walks and had a single. 2 total hits in the series for Wood, 2 walks. Now batting with a man at first, and 1 down in the top of the first inning. First pitch swinging off the inside of his bat. Alexander goes to second for none, as it'll be past the glove of Rashad Hayes. And Wood is going to be on first base with a fielder's choice error. For now, they've ruled it as an error on the shortstop, Rashad Hayes. And 2 men will be on for the lefties. Yesterday, Bellingham capitalized on 4 Port Angeles errors. Now trying to take advantage of potentially an early error by the Bells defense. That could have been a double play to get us out of the inning, but instead, 2 runners on for the Bells off the defensive mistake. Whether you say it's on the second baseman Alexander or the shortstop Hayes for not catching it, but it's an error either way. 1-0 strike against Jordan Daniels. The right fielder now batting with 2 men on for Port Angeles, and a good opportunity for the Lefties here to take the game's first lead. One pitch misses high and inside to Daniels. 2 balls and a strike with 1 out in the top of the first for Port Angeles. A single from Patterson, and then the fielder's choice error by Wood, putting men at first and second base for the Lefties. Seebeck a strikeout for his first out. Now here against Daniels. Gets a foul ball for his second strike against the righty batter. Daniels also out of Citrus College, along with his teammate Garrett Patterson, who's in scoring position. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Daniels. Now a 2-2. Swinging foul tip from Daniels. So he'll see another even count pitch coming to him. Daniels drove in 48 runs with Citrus College this collegiate season, looking to drive in the game's first run here against the Bellingham Bells on a Sunday afternoon here in the West Coast League. Just 7 RBI on the summer for Daniels as a lefty. As Seebeck pump fakes on a throw to first base, and it's a balk. The balk moving 2 runners into scoring position there. Seebeck, when he makes a move, has to make an attempt to throw the runner out. That was an awkward move from him, and did not make it cleanly, and the balk puts runners at second and third for the Lefties with only 1 out. Righty batter Jordan Daniels at the plate. This one a bouncer up the middle past Seebeck and into center field. 1 run in to score, but shallow enough that it'll just be 1 in. Patterson scoring. Wood stays at third base, and Daniels delivers an RBI knock. So Daniels gets the Lefties on the scoreboard first as Sam Matosic will come up. 1 out in the infield will play back for a potential double play. A double play that the Bells couldn't get to start this game. Aspen Alexander and Rashad Hayes unable to connect on the grounder from Wood. With 1 out, this is shot on the line to Jaden Jackson in left field. He gloves it. Now the runner tagging up for home. It'll be cut off by Peschke at third base, and the sacrifice fly from Matosic doubles the lead for the Lefties in the first inning. And that'll be an unearned run against Seebeck, but a 2-0 lead for the Lefties. So now Tommy Markey will bat with 2 men in, 2 outs on the scoreboard. 1 runner at first for Port Angeles in the game's first inning. First pitch bounces away from Jake Lyle and gets away. A late throw down to the bag, but the wild pitch moving Daniels up an extra 90 feet to second base. Both of the runs in against Seebeck unearned after the error from Bellingham's defense. 2-0 lead for Port Angeles. The lefty batting Markey takes ball 2 from a fastball. Not the dream start for Seebeck here in his first ever league appearance for Bellingham, but now just trying to get out of the inning with one more out. 2 runs in against him. A 2-1 now from Seebeck is put away foul from Markey for strike 2. 2-2 count on the 2025 West Coast League's All-Star Game MVP. We'll find out who this year's All-Star MVP is during Wednesday's game in Victoria. 5 Bellingham Bells being represented. As this is a chopper to Rashad Hayes at short. A throw on the line to Nate Johnson. Finishes the frame, but the Lefties get 2 runs, and it's 2-0. Port Angeles the early lead over Bellingham here in the rubber game.
What's up, Bells fans? Dr. Amar here from Everstrong Therapy, the sports and performance physical therapists and rehab professionals right here in Bellingham. We are so proud to continue being the official training and rehab partner of the Bellingham Bells, making sure our boys are safe and moving their best throughout the season. So remember, when you're ready to rehab like a professional athlete, come see us at Everstrong, and we'll see you soon. Thanks so much, stay Everstrong, and go Bells.
Bummer. This never happens at a convenient time, does it? It's always while you're hustling to meet a deadline or trying to enjoy the game. If only there were a way to outsource this and get back to what you were doing. Well, as a matter of fact, there is. Team Technology is local and employee-owned, balancing ease of access with security and compliance for the cloud and on-premise systems of small and large businesses alike. Connect with Team Technology and see how technology is easier with a team.
Here in Bellingham, Washington, it is the bottom of the first inning. Already some early runs on the board for Port Angeles and the Lefties, who give their starter, James Kelsey, an early 2-0 lead after 2 unearned runs scoring following a Bell's error on defense. And now the starter from Edmonds College will take over for the Lefties for the 4th time this year. So far, a perfect 1-0 record for him through his 10 1/3 innings. Kelsey posting a .435 ERA with Port Angeles after throwing just 4 outings for Edmonds College this year. This will be his 4th with Port Angeles and an early lead for the lefty starter. His last appearance came in a 5-inning win against the Kamloops Northpaws, where he only surrendered 1 hit and 3 walks. Kelsey was very quality, earning his first win of the summer. Struck out 4 batters in his 5 innings pitched against the Northpaws and helped Port Angeles take the series against Kamloops, something he's trying to do once again a week later today against the Bellingham Bells. After a 2-1 win for the Lefties on Friday, they lost yesterday 8-2 here at the ballpark, and now James Kelsey will face off against Jaden Jackson in the bottom of the first inning, trying to get things started for the Bellingham Bells. Lefty on lefty matchup to start the bottom of the first inning. Bellingham chasing 2 after the error costing them and their starter Caleb Seebeck an early 2 runs. Today, this Sunday, a fun day in the WCL because it's baseball draft day. It's actually currently going on right now. Jaden Jackson with a fly ball to center field where Tommy Markey's at to get the first out in the inning. Bellingham Bell just got selected. Isaac Yeager just took 405 at 405, 405th to the Chicago White Sox in the 14th round. Earlier today, Dean West was taken 222nd in the 7th round to the Toronto Blue Jays. And then yesterday, Roman Martin was selected in the 4th round, 111th to the Athletics. So that's now 3 Bellingham Bells selected in this year's draft. Aspen Alexander now batting with 1 out. The second baseman today was in center field last night. Alexander, last night's player of the game, stuffed the box score. 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 RBI, had a double, and also a steal for Alexander, the All-Star. Foul ball from Alexander for his first strike, facing the lefty James Kelsey, the number 31 for the Lefties, tossing as a left-hander. Two and one the count as that one missing to Alexander. They say the 86-mile-an-hour fastball just a touch high. So now a 3-1 to Aspen Alexander with one out. He takes it for ball four. That'll be a 5-pitch walk to Alexander to put a man at first base. Brings up Noah Cassie. Cassie yesterday scored on a walk that he drew and also had a base hit. Was one of 4 overall. He's going to be the designated hitter today. Rare appearance as a DH for him. Usually, since we have so many great catchers, the DH spot is filled by one of our catchers who isn't behind the plate. But today, Churchill and Moss both on the bench, as Jake Lyle the only catcher in the order. After a first pitch foul ball from Cassie, the left-hander home to him. This is a ground ball to the shortstop, Smith. He goes to second with Feltus for one. And that's how a double play is executed by the Lefties. 2-0 the lead for Port Angeles as we go into the second.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
When pain or injury slows you down, Peace Health Orthopedics, Sports Medicine, Foot and Ankle, and Trauma Services are here to help. Our experienced orthopedic team cares for bones, joints, and muscles, offering personalized treatment and same-day appointments. From everyday aches to unexpected injuries and joint replacement, Peace Health helps you move better, feel stronger, and get back to your life. Learn more about Peace Health Orthopedics at peacehealth.org. That's peacehealth.org. Into the second inning, 2-0 the lead for the Port Angeles Lefties here in this rubber game in the West Coast League's North Division. A 2-0 early lead from the Lefties, who took advantage of a failed double play opportunity on Bellingham's defense in the first inning, and then they went on defense and, well, forced a double play and converted it to take the 2-0 lead here into the second. And now Caleb Seebeck will be back out on the hill for Bellingham, starting pitcher today. Nathan Huey at the plate to lead things off for the Lefties in the second against Seebeck, and the first pitch is ball one to him. The designated hitter last night picked up 3 hits, 2 of them doubles. He sprays a foul ball off the left side for strike one. One ball and one strike as Seebeck just gets the low and outside corner for strike two on Huey. Moved up one spot in the order to bat seventh as 7, 8, and 9 hitters come to the plate for the Lefties. A 1-2 miss. $90-mile-an-hour fastball from Seebeck. He has the gas. Looking to locate it here in a 2-2. Misses. Now a full count against Huey after being ahead 1-2. This one shot to center field for Bryce Johnson out there. And the center fielder has it for the first out. Bell's defense today on the infield is Tyler Peschke, Rashad Hayes, Aspen Alexander, and Nate Johnson from left to right in the infield. In the outfield, it's Jaden Jackson, Bryce Johnson, and Robin Keybon left to right. Catching Jake Lyle for Caleb Seaback. George Smith now to bat. First look at him in a start for the Lefties, and tries to lay down a bunt that is foul for strike one. The starting shortstop today for the Lefties. Smith with one strike and one out on him. Oh, and one swinging foul ball tip on the inside of Smith's bat, and he's down 0-2 in his first at-bat today. No 2. Line from Smith, and glove by Rashad Hayes at shortstop. How did he get there? Rashad Hayes backing up into shallow left field, and with a leap making the play for the second out. An athletic snag by the Stanford shortstop for the second out in the second inning. Now Wyatt Moeller will bat for the Lefties. 2 down for Port Angeles, a 2-0 lead. This one sliced off the right side of the infield, and that one jammed up Moeller for an easy ground out from Nate Johnson to Caleb Seaback, and an easy 1-2-3 frame for Bellingham. They still trail it 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the second inning.
Have you had a fall, sprain, or break? Skip the emergency room and go straight to the experts, Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons. With walk-in, same-day orthopedic care, you won't have to wait for the treatment you need. And to better serve our community, we've extended our walk-in clinic hours, 1 to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays. Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons.
Puget Sound Energy is thrilled to team up with the Bellingham Bells for Community Wednesdays this season. Every Wednesday home game at Joe Martin Field, PSC and the Bells will celebrate a featured Whatcom County nonprofit with a $2,000 donation. Come out to the ballpark to cheer on the Bells while supporting these amazing organizations that make our community stronger. Together, we're building a better Whatcom County. See you at the field. Go Bells. Bottom of the second inning in Bellingham, 2-0 the early lead for the Port Angeles Lefties in the rubber game after an 8-2 win for Bellingham yesterday. Right now the Lefties in the driver's seat to try and take the series, but plenty of ball game left to go. And out of the order will come up for Bellingham, Nate Johnson, Jake Lyle, and Bryce Johnson to face the starter, James Kelsey. Johnson getting a start at first base today, a corner infielder for your Bells. He'll do the leading off as Bellingham's chasing too early, and swinging a miss from Johnson gets him down 0-1 to start the at-bat. Just a walk surrendered from James Kelsey, had the help of a double play to face the minimum in the first. One ball and a strike. Johnson, a grounder to the right side. Feltus, the second baseman, will retire Johnson to start the second frame. Bottom of the second inning for Bellingham starts with an out. And now Jake Lyle, the catcher, to bat. Swinging at the first pitch and golfing it out to center field in front of Tommy Markey for a single. And Jake Lyle picks up the Bells' first hit off the lefty starter. So Bryce Johnson will bat as the tying run in the bottom of the second inning. One out as Johnson takes the first pitch for a called strike just on the outside. Now an 0-1 to the center fielder, fouled back in a quick 0-2 hole for the LC State senior. Oh, 2 from the lefty pitcher, misses high and away to Johnson. Johnson started yesterday's first start of the homestand so far, scored 2 runs with a walk and a single, drove in a run during the 6th inning and swiped away a bag. Did strike out twice at the plate, though. And on a 1-2, a miss outside from Kelsey draws the count even. Bouncer foul from Johnson, who just stays alive as he spoils the 2-2 pitch. Six strikeouts on the year for Kelsey, hunting his first in this game. Misses low to Bryce Johnson, and it'll be a full count on the righty batting senior. Count filled up for Bryce Johnson. Swats it out to right field in the air for Jordan Daniels, who has the second out in his glove, and Lyle remains at first base for Rashad Hayes. Made an awesome defensive play in the top half of this inning. They did score the error in the first on him. Now try and make up for that with his bat here for Bellingham. Stanford freshman will bat with 2 outs and a minute first. Bells down 2-0 here in the day game. Hayes attacks the first pitch and fouls it off for strike 1. Kelsey working on the mound out of Edmonds College. 9 1/3 innings pitched for him this collegiate year, as Rashad Hayes will get some of the sticky stuff up onto the bat. Kelsey had a perfect 2-0 record with Edmonds College in his minimal outings. An 0.96 ERA for this left-hander with 10 strikeouts. Did allow 1.5 walks plus hits per innings pitched. But in the limited time, only gave up 1 run. Now here with Port Angeles making a start. He starts for his second time in a lefty uniform. 4th overall appearance for the left-hander. Ball and a strike after that miss high and away against Hayes. Swing and a miss from Hayes for strike 2. Couldn't connect with that 84-mile-an-hour pitch on the low outside corner. Now ball and 2 strikes. Hayes swings and misses, and he'll go down on strikes as Kelsey's first punch-out finishes off the second inning, and a 2-0 lead for the Lefties heading into the third.
Need a break from everything? Escape to a place where anything is possible and the fun never stops. At Silver Reef Casino Resort, you'll discover world-class dining, championship caliber golf, a full sports book and bar, over 1,000 top-rated slots and table games, and so much more. Come join the fun and see why we've been consistently rated one of the region's top destinations. Visit silverreefcasino.com to book your stay and discover all the exciting events and promotions we have in store for you. Silver Reef Casino Resort, located off I-5, exit 260.
At Judd & Black, great value comes with expert assistance. We're your hometown appliance store where you can expect top-notch service and a wide selection of quality brands.
When you walk into a Judd & Black showroom, you can expect to see a very friendly face that's ready to help and figure out what you need.
Enjoy a shopping experience big box stores can't offer. Talk to an appliance expert at your hometown appliance store for over 85 years. Judd & Black.
Third inning in Bellingham, 2-0 the lead for Port Angeles in the rubber game of this West Coast League North Division matchup. The third time that these teams have matched up for a three-game set. First two times going the way of a sweep for Bellingham, but the Lefties avoided that with their win on Friday. Now trying to take the Sunday edition of the matchup here at Joe Martin Field as Caleb Seebeck returns for another inning on the hill in his start. So far, the 2 runs coming against him unearned in the first inning, but he has surrendered 2 total hits with no walks, and Seebeck has just 1 strikeout through 2 innings and will face the lineup for the second time as Will Feltus will do the leading off for the Lefties. He struck out swinging in his first at-bat. Feltus sitting at a 2.97 ERA on the season as he appears in his 14th game of the year. Ball 1 missing low. Feltus, the 2.97 batting average on 11 hits, all of those singles so far through his 37 at-bats. He's produced 3 RBI and 5 runs on him. 1-0 as he goes the other way to left center field. Jackson called off by a diving Bryce Johnson, who snags it out there for the first out. Lays out for it, and good job by Jackson to not also go for that one, or else could have had a scary collision. It'll be an out. Garrett Patterson to bat. 304 his batting average on the season. Already a single in the game, his 22nd of the year, as he makes his 20th start and 31st game appeared in for Port Angeles. First pitch swinging, a chopper to Tyler Peschke, the third baseman, who will sit him down on an easy ground out. Seebeck has been cruising so far for the second inning and now into the third. He has sat down the last 7 lefties he's faced. As Ethan Wood bats, the team leader in batting average at .333, starting in his 33rd game. He reached on the error that went on to help the 2 runs scored for the Lefties in the first. Kind of an auto take there for him after a couple of quick outs. Oh, and 1, the miss low from Seebeck, just below the zone. No chase from the All-Star Wood. 39 hits for him. 7 of those doubles, 3 of them leaving the yard. .470 slugging. Well hit on the ground to the second baseman, Alexander, and his throw to Nate Johnson in time. A heck of a play at second base from Alexander. A couple of good web gems for Bellingham in the inning to post a scoreless quick third. Into the bottom of the third we go. 2-0, the Lefties still in front.
What's up, Bells fans? Dr. Amar here from Everstrong Therapy, the sports and performance physical therapists and rehab professionals right here in Bellingham. We are so proud to continue being the official training and rehab partner of the Bellingham Bells, making sure our boys are safe and moving their best throughout the season. So remember, when you're ready to rehab like a professional athlete, come see us at Everstrong and we'll see you soon. Thanks so much, stay ever strong, and go Bells.
Bummer. This never happens at a convenient time, does it? It's always while you're hustling to meet a deadline or trying to enjoy the game. If only there were a way to outsource this and get back to what you were doing. Well, as a matter of fact, there is. Team Technology is local and employee-owned, balancing ease of access with security and compliance for the cloud and on-premise systems of small and large businesses alike. Connect with Team Technology and see how technology is easier with a team.
Choose cooperative. Choose community. Bank with local industrial credit union. Proud Sunday savings sponsor of the Bellingham Bells. If you live, work, or attend school in Washington, you can join a credit union that puts people first. Local decisions, personalized service, and a real commitment to our community. Learn more at industrialcu.com. Federally insured by the NCUA. Bottom 3-2-0 the score for Port Angeles as they lead your Bellingham Bells. Ed Hill here live on the Bells YouTube channel for the third game of a three-game series between these two North Division teams. Leading off in the inning for your Bells will be Tyler Peschke. Bells still working through the first time through their order against the starter James Kelsey. Limited the base runners to just a walk and a single against Lyle and Alexander. Peschke, the starting third baseman, taking a pitch low in the dirt for ball one after his foul ball. Peschke, Keybon, and Jackson, the batters, due up here against the left-handed starter, James Kelsey. 1-1 as Peschke flies it to center field for Tommy Markey. Back to his left. For the first out, Peschke on a fly out to center field. Ramonic Keybon, lefty batting right fielder to hit for Bellingham. Strike one being delivered in on him against the left-handed starter for the Lefties, who has performed well so far in this start, holding on to a 2-0 lead as he goes into the third. Only 27 pitches for him right now. That was just his 29th, actually, with the 1-1 count on Keybon. Slice foul from Keybon, and he's behind in the count, ball and 2 strikes. That one fouled back by Keybon. It stays alive. Patterson, the catcher, no chance to get to that one. Lefties defense on the infield, left to right, is Moeller, Smith, Feltus, and Wood. In the outfield, Matosic, Markey, and Daniels, with Patterson the battery with James Kelsey, the starting left-handed pitcher. 1 strikeout for him so far. Keybon preventing a second on another foul ball. So 1-2 on the two-time Bellingham Bell, Ramonic Keybon. He sends it the opposite way to left field, but Matosic to his right puts him away for the second out. So the left fielder has the out for 2 up, 2 down to start the bottom of the third for Port Angeles. On defense, Jaden Jackson will face James Kelsey for the second time. After flying out to center field, Jaden Jackson will bat. Saw a pair of his teammates get drafted in the MLB draft so far through the first 15 rounds, and Jackson maybe in a couple years could be there as well. There's a grounder to Smith, and that's going to cap a quick third inning here in Bellingham. 2-0 as we jump into the fourth in Bellingham.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
When pain or injury slows you down, Peace Health Orthopedics, Sports Medicine, Foot and Ankle, and Trauma Services are here to help. Our experienced orthopedic team cares for bones, joints, and muscles, offering personalized treatment and same-day appointments. From everyday aches to unexpected injuries and joint replacement, Peace Health helps you move better, feel stronger, and get back to your life. Learn more about Peace Health Orthopedics at peacehealth.org. That's peacehealth.org. Into the fourth in the Great Pacific Northwest on a Sunday afternoon here in Bellingham. It's Port Angeles on the road leading your Bells 2-0 as Bellingham tosses a new arm for the fourth inning. A 3-inning start from Caleb Seebeck, where he gave up 2 hits, no walks, and struck out 1 batter while allowing 2 runs in the first inning. Both of those unearned on the Bells. 1 defensive error, though, in that frame. And now left-handed pitcher from UCLA will throw. Robbie Zimmerman, wearing the number 44 on his chest and back. The Redondo Union High School graduate will now pitch ahead of his commitment to UCLA. Here with the Bellingham Bells for the summer so far, he has pitched in 4 outings in relief, but in those 4 outings, 2 wins secured for Zimmerman. Right now he'll take over in a 2-0 deficit for Bellingham, so he'd need a quick comeback during his relief outing to try and get his 3rd of the year, but so far, untouched through 9 2/3 innings. No runs against Zimmerman in relief. Although he has surrendered 3 hits and 5 walks, has worked around it with the help of 10 strikeouts. We'll face Jordan Daniels, Sam Matosic, and Tommy Markey, the outfield trio for the Lefties, in the heart of the order for Port Angeles to bat in the top of the 4th inning. Daniels picked up an RBI single in his first at-bat for the Lefties during this game. He swings at the first pitch and grounds it to Tyler Peschke at third, who will rip it across the diamond to Nate Johnson for the inning's first out. Quickly bringing up Sam Matosic. Yesterday, he crushed his 3rd home run of the year for the Lefties. Still just hitting .212 on the season, but a slugging percentage of .375 with 3 homers, a triple, and 2 doubles of his 17 hits. Delivered a sacrifice fly in the first inning to record his 13th RBI in his 31st game with Port Angeles this summer. Matosic taking ball 1 outside against Zimmerman, as he returned to Port Angeles this year after 27 games played in 2025. Matosic swinging and missing at that one for strike 1. One from the lefty pitcher. Into the lefty batter from Port Angeles as a lefty, batting as a right-hander. Taking strike 2. Ball and 2 strikes on Matosic. Outside for ball 2. Zimmerman's even count pitch home with 1 out. Missing at the feet of Matosic. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Not a lot of fastballs thrown from Zimmerman so far in relief. See if he goes to it in the 3-2. Left-hander forces a 1-hopping bouncer to Rashad Hayes. Has to back up and throw, and has the cannon across the diamond to get the 2nd out. Hayes with a good baseball clock there to get the second out. It was hit well from Matosic, but straight to a Bells defender in the infield. Now Tommy Markey to bat with 2 outs. Markey a ground out to the shortstop Hayes in his first at bat. This one a first pitch strike in from Robbie Zimmerman. A lot of changeups from Zimmerman. It's another one. That one getting a swinging foul tip. Guys, of course, got to work on things through this summer. It's one of the prime reasons that people play summer collegiate baseball is to work on things, work on new pitches. Maybe Zimmerman here trying to experiment with a pitch he just keeps going back to. Now he'll pitch in an 0-2 count to Markey. There's a swing and a miss, and the strikeout caps a 1-2-3 frame for the Bells' new arm. We'll head into the bottom of the fourth. 2-0 still the lead for the visitors.
Have you had a fall, sprain, or break? Skip the emergency room and go straight to the experts, Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons. With walk-in, same-day orthopedic care, you won't have to wait for the treatment you need. And to better serve our community, we've extended our walk-in clinic hours, 1 to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays. Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons.
Puget Sound Energy is thrilled to team up with the Bellingham Bells for Community Wednesdays this season. Every Wednesday home game at Joe Martin Field, PSC and the Bells will celebrate a featured Whatcom County nonprofit with a $2,000 donation. Come out to the ballpark to cheer on the Bells while supporting these amazing organizations that make our community stronger. Together, we're building a better Whatcom County. See you at the field. Go Bells. Bottom of the fourth inning in Bellingham, and a 2-0 lead still for the Lefties, although it's been scoreless 3 innings from Bellingham pitching the last 3. Bells yet to get any runs on the board. Just 1 hit right now against the Port Angeles starter, James Kelsey, who had a perfect 3rd inning, his first perfect frame so far. On the outing so far, it's been a walk and a hit allowed as Alexander tries to get sneaky to begin the 4th inning, but will be put away. And that quickly brings up Noah Cassie. Cassie with 1 out, taking the first pitch from Kelsey for an outside and high ball 1. Cassie hit into a double play in his first at bat. As the designated hitter takes strike 1, 83-mile-an-hour fastball. Kelsey, not a ton of velocity behind this left-handed arm, but he's made it work so far through 3 scoreless frames. Mainly just throwing strikes. Find success in this league. It's key that you do that if you can keep the ball in the zone. A lot of the guys that just throw a lot of strikes in the league end up racking a lot of great innings because just put the ball in play. These guys are swinging wood bats. Some of these guys not used to it. Of course, the JUCO guys are. The bigger Division I college guys, they'll swing the metal bats. But in schools like Skagit Valley, Edmonds, locally here in the NWAC, everyone swings wood bats in those leagues. 3-1, called for a strike and a full count on Cassie. 3-2. Cassie takes the walk on the full count pitch. The fastball low from Kelsey, and his second free pass issued in the start will be a one-out base runner for Bellingham in the fourth. Brings up the first baseman, Nate Johnson. Johnson, after his ground out to second base in the first, batting the second time through for Bellingham. 296 hitter through 15 games so far. Picked up his third double of the year in last night's game. He's out in front of strike one. The 0-1 wide to Johnson. Started all 15 games that he has played in with number 16 here today. 16 hits so far on the summer. Out of Tulane. Sends it the opposite way in the air to Sam Matosic in left field. He moves just off the left ear screen and a couple steps in front of the foul line. Gloves the second out. Jake Lyle, the catcher, at a single in the second inning. His 41st of the year. Lyle is leading the team in hits for more than the second most, Noah Cassie at 37. Lyle also the team leader in runs batted in with 31 in 31 games, that including the game today. He's got Cassie at first base, 2 outs on him. The Bells are chasing 2 runs. Lyle is the tying run. Wind blowing in towards home plate, so it would be a tough day to get the ball out of the park, but Lyle does have 4 home runs on the summer. Second on the team with his long bombs, behind Noah Cassie, who's at first. Cassie was 6. 7 if you can count the non-League one earlier during the week, but those stats not counting towards the overall West Coast League stats for these guys. Jake Lyle yesterday went hitless, but today already has his first hit of the game. Did produce a sacrifice fly. Already 1 for 1 on this Sunday matchup. And this ground ball to the shortstop, Smith, is good for an underhand toss to second base. That'll finish the top half and a bottom half of the fourth, both scoreless as we go into the fifth. 2-0, Port Angeles still clinging to that narrow lead.
Need a break from everything? Escape to a place where anything is possible and the fun never stops. At Silver Reef Casino Resort, you'll discover world-class dining, championship caliber golf, a full sports book and bar, over 1,000 top-rated slots and table games, and so much more. Come join the fun and see why we've been consistently rated one of the region's top destinations. Visit silverreefcasino.com to book your stay and discover all the exciting events and promotions we have in store for you. Silver Reef Casino Resort, located off I-5, exit 260.
At Judd & Black, great value comes with expert assistance. We're your hometown appliance store where you can expect top-notch service and a wide selection of quality brands.
When you walk into a Judd & Black showroom, you can expect to see a very friendly face that's ready to help and figure out what you need.
Enjoy a shopping experience big box stores can't offer. Talk to an appliance expert at your hometown appliance store for over 85 years. Judd & Black.
Choose cooperative. Choose community. Bank with local industrial credit union. Proud Sunday savings sponsor of the Bellingham Bells. If you live, work, or attend school in Washington, you can join a credit union that puts people first. Local decisions, personalized service, and a real commitment to our community. Learn more at industrialcu.com. Federally insured by the NCUA. Through 4 innings, it's 2-0, Port Angeles leading Bellingham here at Joe Martin Field on a savings Sunday, just the second to last of the year. One more on the schedule if you're missed out on it. August 2nd, you can come and get $2 off your tickets, get some $3 hot dogs, $2 popcorn, $2 DQ dilly bars as well. Robbie Zimmerman back out for the 5th. A perfect 1-2-3 fourth inning for the left-hander out of UCLA. Strikeout and 2 groundouts forced from him. There are a lot of changeups. Only 1 fastball in the 4th inning. He's throwing his changeup and his slider against these lefty hitters. Now Huey, a lefty batter, starting off the fifth and taking a changeup outside for ball one. Strike one from Huey. Huey in his first at-bat flew out to center field. So far it's just been base runners for the Lefties in the first inning where they scored 2 runs. Zimmerman going with that slider again and making it 1-2 on the DH. Now on a called strike 3 high as it drops in the zone, and Zimmerman will start the 5th inning with a strikeout looking for his 2nd strikeout. So 1 out for the matchup against George Smith, the shortstop. Strike 1 called on Zimmerman's pitch outside. Smith flew out on a pop-up to Rashad Hayes. It was more of a soft line drive that Hayes got to, running out into left field to make the catch. Rare fastball thrown from Zimmerman there to make it ball and a strike. Soft pop-up once again from him, this time to the opposite side, the right side, where Keybon will call off Aspen Alexander for the 5th inning, 2nd out. Wyatt Moeller, the 3rd baseman, up. Ground out to the first baseman in his debut at-bat during the game today. Did come off the bench yesterday. Flew out to center field in the 9th inning. First pitch from Zimmerman is ball 1. Off the inside of Moeller's bat into Rashad Hayes at shortstop. Stanford shortstop retires the side for a 1-2-3 fifth from Zimmerman, and we're halfway home as we go to the bottom of 5, a 2-0 lead for Port Angeles.
What's up, Bells fans? Dr. Amar here from Everstrong Therapy, the sports and performance physical therapists and rehab professionals right here in Bellingham. We are so proud to continue being the official training and rehab partner of the Bellingham Bells, making sure our boys are safe and moving their best throughout the season. So remember, when you're ready to rehab like a professional athlete, come see us at Everstrong and we'll see you soon. Thanks so much, stay Everstrong, and go Bells.
Bummer. This never happens at a convenient time, does it? It's always while you're hustling to meet a deadline or trying to enjoy the game. If only there were a way to outsource this and get back to what you were doing. Well, as a matter of fact, there is. Team Technology is local and employee-owned, balancing ease of access with security and compliance for the cloud and on-premise systems of small and large businesses alike. Connect with Team Technology and see how technology is easier with a team.
When pain or injury slows you down, Peace Health Orthopedics, Sports Medicine, Foot and Ankle, and Trauma Services are here to help. Our experienced orthopedic team cares for bones, joints, and muscles, offering personalized treatment and same-day appointments. From everyday aches to unexpected injuries and joint replacement, Peace Health helps you move better, feel stronger, and get back to your life. Learn more about Peace Health Orthopedics at peacehealth.org. That's peacehealth.org. Bottom of the 5th inning, halfway through this rubber game between the Bellingham Bells and the Port Angeles Lefties. 2-0 the lead for the visitors after their first 2 runs early in the game. And so far, Bellingham been unable to do much against James Kelsey, the Port Angeles starter. A walk in the 4th inning, a walk in the 1st, and a hit in the 2nd is it allowed for this left-handed pitcher. And Bryce Johnson at the plate doing the leading off in the 5th, trying to spark some offense for Bellingham here on a slow Sunday. Johnson flew out to right field in his first at-bat. Oh, 0-1 on the LC State senior as he lines it into center field for the Bell's second hit of the game off the starter, and a good start for the 5th inning, getting the leadoff man on. That'll bring the tying run to the plate in Rashad Hayes. Hayes with a strikeout swinging in the 2nd inning. The only strikeout for James Kelsey so far in his start. Showing bunt, and it goes off the top of his bat for a strike to begin the at-bat. Bellingham finally getting some base runners, trying to maybe play small here against the left-hander who they haven't had much success against. Third baseman Moeller playing in for the bunt if Hayes tries to do it again with 1 strike. And he will try. Pulls it back, and a back pick throw to first base where Johnson dives back safely. Head first in there to remain at first base. Ball 1 for Hayes, and another chance to maybe lay down the bunt. This time he successfully does. The pitcher will throw to first for the easy sacrifice. And the sac bunt puts the Bells base runner Bryce Johnson up into scoring position. Tyler Peschke, after a flyout to center field in the 3rd, now bats with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. Bellingham trailing in the game 2-0. First pitch into him for ball 1. Couple of misses from Kelsey, the starter for Port Angeles. He's controlled the game well, controlled the 2-0 lead. Initially out of Churchill County High School in Nevada before attending Edmonds College this past year. Teammate of J.J. Martinson's, the Bellingham Bells, Edmonds representative on this team. Edmonds this year 39-14. The Tritons had a 25-5 NWAC North record. Kelsey involved in 4 games with Edmonds. Every time he took the mound, found good results. Right now, it's been the similar story for this left-hander. Doesn't have the big fastball of some of the other arms that find success in the WCL, but right now, he's making the mid-80s fastball and the 70-mile-an-hour off-speed stuff keep the Bells off the scoreboard. 1 out and a man at second. Peschke, though, in a 3-1 count. He swings through strike 2 upstairs. So a full count on Bellingham's third baseman. The 3-2 miss in high, and Peschke takes his full count walk. So the tying run put aboard for Bellingham. Go ahead run to the plate in the form of Ramonic Kebon, but not before the lefties have a mound visit. Single sac bunt and a walk to start the 5th inning, and maybe some cracks in the left-hander's armor right now in the bottom of the 5th inning. Bells haven't been able to pierce through it at all through the first 4 innings. Just a couple of base runners sprinkled around. He only allowed 3 base runners through the first 4 innings, but now 2 already on for Bellingham in the bottom of the 5th. It's going to be Ramonic Kebon, the returning Bellingham Bell, to bat as well. And this year had an extremely successful year at Nevada. He's committed to the University of Washington for his senior year. Kebon, although maybe a slow start to this West Coast League summer, is a guy that, hey, if he has a good year at UW his senior season, next year maybe thinking about talking about him this similar time of the year when the MLB draft rolls around, because so far every stop for Kebon has been successful. Port Angeles second baseman is going to hand something to first base coach Riley Parker. Something was on the field. It belonged to, I don't know who it belonged to. He had given it to Tyler Peschke, and then Peschke gave it back to him. Now it's given to the dugout. Oh, it's a pair of shades. That lined out to right center field from Keybon and down for a base hit. Johnson getting the stop sign at third. Peschke moving up to second base, and the bases will be loaded with only one out in the bottom of the fifth. Jaden Jackson looking for a big swing. You know, he set the standard so high when he first came onto the scene with Bellingham that it feels like he's been a little bit cool. He's just, you know, staying afloat, right? The last game he had a hit. First game of the series picked up 2 knocks and 5 at-bats. And now we're looking for that big swing, though, here from Jackson with the bases loaded. Takes the first pitch low for ball 1. Fly out and a ground out for Jackson, the UCLA commit out of St. John Bosco High School. Ball and no strikes to him. Hits it on a line out to right center field. There's the base hit the Bells needed. Peschke falls down on his way home, but now gets up and will advance. Behind him, Keybon had to hold up at third, so instead of the lead being taken, Peschke slipping on his way home actually forced Keybon to stop, and had Keybon not hesitated off the fall from Peschke, that likely wiped the bases empty, but Jackson does pick up 2 RBI, tying the ball game on his double to right center field. So Bryce Johnson in to score. Peschke also in to score despite his slippage on the turf here at Joe Martin Field. Aspen Alexander could give the Bells the lead. Strike 1 on Aspen Alexander, who is 0 of 1 on the game with a walk and a ground out. Tried to bunt for a hit when he let off the 4th. Infield in for the lefties. One out in the go-ahead run at third for Bellingham here in the 5th. One ball and a strike on Alexander. Shoots it high out to right field. Daniels backing up for it. Keybon tagging from third as it's caught. Daniels with a good cannon home, but up the third base line. And that'll give the Bells the lead on the sacrifice fly from Aspen Alexander. Jackson also tagging up and moving to third base. As now it's 3-2 Bellingham. The scoreboard flipping here with a crooked number from the Bells in the bottom of the 5th. They're appealing at third base. But the home plate umpire, John Schofield, and the field umpire, Derek Dunbar, confirming that he did tag up in time. Technically, they appealed wrong. You have to appeal after giving the pitcher the ball and having him reset on the mound. Noah Cassie, the DH, 0 of 1 with a walk. Grounded into a double play. Takes ball 1 here in the 5th. Bellingham with 3 hits in the frame, 1 walk to score 3 runs with the help of a sac bunt and a sacrifice fly. Some good baseball being played by the Bells here in the bottom of the 5th. Strike 1 on Cassie from the 85-mile-an-hour fastball from Kelsey. Up to this point, it only allowed 3 base runners, but already 4 against him in the 5th, and now 3 runs in to score against the Port Angeles starter. 1-1 swing and miss. Cassie on strike 2. One, 2. Cassie spoils foul. Stay alive in a 1-2 count as the designated hitter. Not the fastest fastball that we've seen from Kelsey. 88 miles an hour. It was outside, but Cassie poked it away. That a narrow miss inside. Draws the count even. Jaden Jackson at third base after his 2 RBI double. That tied the game. He's ready to score to try and add to a 1-run lead that Bellingham has claimed here in the 5th. 2-2 off the inside of Cassie's bat, bouncing to the shortstop, George Smith. His throw in time to first. Bellingham gets 3 runs in the 5th inning to take a 3-2 lead over the Lefties as we head to the 6th.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
Back in Bellingham for the 6th inning. Bellingham now with the lead, taking it with 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th. Robbie Zimmerman will be out for another inning of relief here, as the UCLA left-hander has so far been perfect through his 2 innings of relief in the 4th and 5th innings, striking out 2 batters, forcing 3 groundouts, and having 1 flyout of the 6 batters he faced. And for the 3rd time in this game, the lineup for the Lefties will function as it's supposed to, as 1, 2, and 3 will do the batting for the 6th. The leadoff man, Feltus, so far has led off the 1st and 3rd innings, and been retired both times on a strikeout and flyout. Port Angeles just had a guy drafted in the 16th round, 492nd, Carson Cormier. Played with the Harbor Cats in 2024. He is headed to the Toronto Blue Jays to be a teammate of Dean West's. Bellingham Bell from 2023. That was drafted by the Blue Jays earlier today. Getting late into the draft. 17th round right now. Still some Bells that I think could be drafted, but we'll have to see. I thought that maybe Max Hartman could get his name called. There's a couple other guys on the draft list, but so far 3 selections for Bellingham over these last 2 days in the MLB draft. 2-0, and it hit Will Feltus. So the first base runner that Zimmerman allows is a hit by pitch to the leadoff batter in the 6th. Now Garrett Patterson to bat. He's 1 of 2 after singling in the 1st. Lefties don't have a hit. They didn't have a base runner since the 1st inning against Seebeck or Zimmerman, but that hit by pitch will be the first since the 1st. Bunt being laid down by Patterson to the catcher Lyle, who will throw to second in time. Heads up play by the catcher Lyle to even think about going to get the lead man. So it's a failed sacrifice bunt. Fielder's choice on the 2-6 put out from Lyle. Another WCL selection just now. Diego Gutierrez, a former Portland Pickle in 2024. He's going to the Orioles, number 500, being picked in the 17th round. There's a lot of other picks that are around the WCL that I don't know, but when I see a name that I can recall, sure, yeah, I'll let you guys know, but mainly trying to see when our Bellingham Bells are getting drafted. Roman Martin, Dean West, and Isaac Yeager, the 3 to go so far. As Ethan Wood sprays one out to left field for Jaden Jackson. Comes in to get it from left, right near the shortstop Rashad Hayes. 2 outs following the leadoff hit by pitch. Daniels now to bat, 1 of 2, had the RBI single for the Lefties in the first. That got them their first run of the game. Now he bats facing Robbie Zimmerman for the second time. Zimmerman will face these Lefties for the second time after Daniels being the first man he faced in the fourth. Zimmerman had a ground out forced against Daniels to the third baseman, Peschke. After ball 1, Zimmerman gets his first strike in the at-bat at 87 miles an hour. One ball and a strike with a man at first. Bells with a 3-2 lead after a 3-run fifth. Now in the top of the sixth. Lefties have the tying man on, but 2 down and strike 2 on Daniels. Makes it a 1-2 count. One, two. Swing and a miss, and a strikeout finishes a scoreless 6 for Zimmerman. If the Bells hold on, he'd be in line for a win after 3 scoreless innings as we go to the bottom of the 6th. 3-2 Bellingham in front.
Have you had a fall, sprain, or break? Skip the emergency room and go straight to the experts, Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons. With walk-in, same-day orthopedic care, you won't have to wait for the treatment you need. And to better serve our community, we've extended our walk-in clinic hours, 1 to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays. Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons.
Puget Sound Energy is thrilled to team up with the Bellingham Bells for Community Wednesdays this season. Every Wednesday home game at Joe Martin Field, PSC and the Bells will celebrate a featured Whatcom County nonprofit with a $2,000 donation. Come out to the ballpark to cheer on the Bells while supporting these amazing organizations that make our community stronger. Together, we're building a better Whatcom County. See you at the field. Go Bells. Into the bottom of the 6th, Bellingham now in front of the Lefties after their 3-run 5th inning, and they lead it 3-2 over Port Angeles, who will throw a new arm. Robert Duran here in the 6th, taking over after a 5-inning start from James Kelsey. Kelsey allows 3 hits and 4 walks, 3 walks and 4 hits for 3 runs in 5 innings. Only had 1 strikeout. Bellingham at the plate has done a tremendous job of not striking out. Just 4 strikeouts at the plate yesterday, 4 strikeouts in the series opener, and only 1 so far through 5 innings. As the relief pitcher, Duran will face the heart of the order. Nate Johnson, Jake Lyle, and Bryce Johnson batting for your Bells. Nate Johnson is 0 for 2. He plays in his 16th game of the summer, looking for his first hit in this one. Bells with 4 hits, as mentioned, against the starter. Nate Johnson here in the 6th, taking the first pitch low in the dirt from the new arm, Duran. Lefty batting first baseman to get Bellingham started after scoring 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th to take the lead. They chased the starter out of the game, and the foul ball from Nate Johnson, strike 1, went to his own dugout, and Bellingham Bells having to duck out of the way. 86-mile-an-hour pitch from the right-hander on that one to Johnson. Now on a 1-1 count. Johnson lines it. The dive from the first baseman, Wood for the out. What a play at first base. Caught it on a dive. It was going to be slicing foul, but Wood takes it away. And that's an awesome defensive play. We've seen some good web gems with the dive from Bryce Johnson, the good job by Rashad Hayes to get to a blooping ball in shallow left. Aspen Alexander had a sliding play at second base. Now Ethan Wood on a dive for the Lefties at first. And Jake Lyle to bat for the Bellingham Bells here in the 6th. Lyle in the game hitting a ground out and half-hearted swing for strike 1 as he goes around facing the new arm Robert Duran. Lyle, one of the 4 Bellingham Bells hits. His came in the 2nd inning. Was left on base after reaching. Oh, and 1, he bounces it foul to the left side, and an 0-2 hole for Bellingham's catcher. Duran's 0-2 to Lyle. Low and ball 1 to the Loyola Marymount catcher. A sophomore headed into his junior season with LMU after 2 seasons to begin his career there. Looking to maybe step into a more expanded role after only getting 96 at-bats this year as a sophomore. Hits it well out to left center field and headed for the gap between Matosic and Markey. It'll be Matosic cutting it off and keeping that from getting to the wall, so it'll hold Jake Lyle to a single for his 2nd hit in the game. And with 1 out, Bryce Johnson will bat next for Bellingham. One out pitch to Bryce, and he lines it to left field. Back-to-back hits for Bellingham here in the 6th as Bryce Johnson picks up his 2nd knock in the game.
Next up is the plate for the Bells, number 20, Rashad Hayes.
Rashad Hayes to bat after laying down a sacrifice bunt. One out in the bottom of the 6th. 2 men on for Bellingham, trying to add to their 1-run lead. First pitch is a break here to Hayes for strike 1. Hayes looking to get in the hit column along with the Bells that now have 6 as a team. Hayes and Nate Johnson, the only 2 to not be on base for Bellingham in the game so far. A 1 foul ball from Hayes for strike 2. Lefties had held on to a 2-0 lead for the majority of this game, starting it off with 2 runs in the 1st inning. Halfway through the ball game, had the lead, but a 3-run 5th gives Bellingham the 3-2 lead, and now maybe a threat to score here in the inning as well. No 2. Hayes ropes it to left field and down for a base hit. Lyle getting the green light as the throw goes to third base, and he's in to score. No one there to catch the throw, so now Bryce Johnson moving up to third, and Rashad Hayes up to second base. It's an RBI single for Rashad Hayes for his first hit of the game. Now 3 straight knocks off of the new arm Robert Duran in the 6th to stretch the lead to 4-2 Bellingham on that one. Some great swings from the Bells here in the inning after the first man, Nate Johnson, was retired on the out. Jake Lyle scoring, and now 2 men in scoring position for Tyler Peschke. Mound visit here before the at-bat for Tyler Peschke. The Catcher Patterson talking it over with his new arm Duran, who so far has been tagged for 3 straight hits in his first relief inning following the 5-inning start from James Kelsey, where he only gave up 4 hits. Infield going to play in for the at-bat against Tyler Peschke. One out with men at second and third. Peschke with a foul ball on the first pitch to him. Oh, 0-1 on the third baseman, who has a walk and a flyout. 1 out with 2 men on in scoring position for Bellingham. 1 run in the 6th against the new arm Duran. That pitch low in the dirt for ball 1. The base runner's advancing an extra couple of feet because no one was there to cut off Matosic's throw to the infield. Went over the cutoff man's head, and the catcher Patterson wasn't backing it up well enough because he was expecting the throw maybe to go home, so he was trying to cover the plate. As a result, an extra 90 feet for both base runners, who now are at second and third. Peschke swinging through. Strike 2 makes him in a 1-2 deficit. Here's a 1-2. Breaking pitch called for strike 3, and Peschke sat down on a strikeout for the second out in the 6th. As he goes down looking. Just the second strikeout at the plate for Bellingham on offense. Romanick Keebon came through with a single as part of the 3-run 5th inning. He scored after reaching on his hit. His base hit loaded the bases for Jaden Jackson, who then delivered the 2 RBI double. That tied the game. 2 men on for Keebon, who grounds it to the first baseman Wood. He'll take it himself to finish off the 6th. But Bellingham adds on 1 more run in the inning, and it's now 4-2 as we head to the 7th.
Need a break from everything? Escape to a place where anything is possible and the fun never stops. At Silver Reef Casino Resort, you'll discover world-class dining, championship caliber golf, a full sports book and bar, over 1,000 top-rated slots and table games, and so much more. Come join the fun and see why we've been consistently rated one of the region's top destinations. Visit silverreefcasino.com to book your stay and discover all the exciting events and promotions we have in store for you. Silver Reef Casino Resort, located off I-5, exit 260.
At Judd & Black, great value comes with expert assistance. We're your hometown appliance store, where you can expect top-notch service and a wide selection of quality brands.
When you walk into a Judd & Black showroom, you can expect to see a very friendly face that's ready to help and figure out what you need.
Enjoy a shopping experience big box stores can't offer. Talk to an appliance expert at your hometown appliance store for over 85 years. Judd & Black.
What's up, Bells fans? Dr. Amar here from Everstrong Therapy, the sports and performance physical therapists and rehab professionals right here in Bellingham. We are so proud to continue being the official training and rehab partner of the Bellingham Bells, making sure our boys are safe and moving their best throughout the season. So remember, when you're ready to rehab like a professional athlete, come see us at Everstrong, and we'll see you soon. Thanks so much, stay Everstrong, and go Bells.
Bummer. This never happens at a convenient time, does it? It's always while you're hustling to meet a deadline or trying to enjoy the game. If only there were a way to outsource this and get back to what you were doing. Well, as a matter of fact, there is. Team Technology is local and employee-owned, balancing ease of access with security and compliance for the cloud and on-premise systems of small and large businesses alike. Connect with Team Technology and see how technology is easier with a team.
7th inning in Bellingham. 4-2 now the lead for your Bells after an extra run cushion added on in the bottom of the 6th for the new arm, Rohan Kasanagadu, who will take over in the 7th inning after 3 relief innings from Robbie Zimmerman. Zimmerman had 3 strikeouts and no walks or hits allowed, just the 1 base runner on a hit by pitch, but 3 scoreless frames and would be in line for the win if Bellingham holds on to the 4-2 lead they have right now over the Port Angeles Lefties, as Casanagadu takes over for the 5, 6, and 7 hitters in the 7th. Sam Matosic should do the leading off as he is 0 of 1 with a sac fly and a ground out. Lead off against Casanagadu out of USC, the freshman right-hander. We saw him debut during the non-league contests earlier in the week. So now he'll get his first league action with the Bells. And against Matosic, the first one a ball. This one on the ground, bouncing to Peschke, the shortstop. Waited on it. His low throw on a hop is picked up by Nate Johnson, the first baseman, on a good pick at first to secure the 5-3 ground out. Tommy Markey to bat. Casanagadu pitched a scoreless 7th inning against the Everett Merchants on Wednesday. Gave up 1 hit of the 4 batters he faced and had 2 strikeouts. It's part of a 10-strikeout night for the Bells staff. Markey 0 of 2 in the game so far. Casanagadu's first pitch into him is a swinging strike 1. Oh, want a bouncer to the right side. Aspen Alexander fields it cleanly, and his play to Johnson much easier to catch for the first baseman than the first in the inning, but it'll be the second out in the 7th on that put out from Alexander at second base. Huey searching for his first hit, 0 of 2 after having 3 last night. He struck out and flown out. Swing and a miss on that pitch. Good movement there from Casanagadu to get his first strike. And this year at USC, Casanagadu didn't allow a run in the 5 2/3 innings that he pitched. Only had allowed 1 hit and 3 walks. Dick Lyle having a conversation with the home plate umpire, John Schofield. There's a swing and a miss from Huey for a strike. Count is 1 and 2. Ball and 2 strikes on Huey as the 2-out pitch is taken low. They think he offered, but he did not. Two-two is the count. Casanagadu 10 strikeouts in 5 2/3 innings with the Trojans, and he picks up 1 here with Bellingham to finish off his scoreless 7th. 3 up, 3 down for the right-hander out of USC, and we'll stretch with a 4-2 lead. Bellingham in front of the Lefties.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
Choose cooperative. Choose community. Bank with local industrial credit union. Proud Sunday savings sponsor of the Bellingham Bells. If you live, work, or attend school in Washington, you can join a credit union that puts people first. Local decisions, personalized service,
and a real commitment to our community. Learn more at industrialcu.com. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Bottom of the 7th inning in Bellingham, and Robert Duran going to remain on the hill for the Port Angeles Lefties. A 4-2 lead for Bellingham here in the series finale against the Port Angeles Lefties, and Duran surrendered the 1 run in the 6th inning, his first inning of relief here with the Lefties, trying to keep the game at just the 2-run difference. And he will face Dominic Keybon, who is the leadoff man in the 7th for Bellingham. Or, excuse me, Jaden Jackson. Keybon was final out of the 6th inning, so it's back to the top of the order for your Bells. Jackson delivered a 2 RBI double in the 5th inning. His lone hit in 3 plate appearances. It was a productive one. This one might be an out, though, as he pops it up to the infield. Foul territory for the third baseman, Moeller, off the left side of your screen, has the first out.
Next up for the Bells, number 2, Aspen Alexander.
Aspen Alexander now to go for Bellingham. Without a hit, but a walk and a sacrifice fly for the all-star second baseman. As he'll bat here in the 7th with 1 out. First pitch to Duran, or from Duran to Aspen Alexander, is ball 1 on a miss. The right-hander gave up 3 hits in the 6th. Swing and miss from Alexander for strike 1. Breaking pitch called for a strike on Alexander. Now 1-2. Duran did have 1 strikeout in his 6th inning. Sat down Peschke with a strikeout looking. Just 2 strikeouts by the Bells at the plate today against Port Angeles, and that's going to be the 3rd. Drop 3rd strike on a swing and miss from Alexander, secured on a throw from Patterson to Wood. 2 outs in the 7th. 2 straight retired for Duran. Bringing up Noah Cassie. Cassie to bat here, looking for his first hit. A couple of groundouts to the shortstop Smith and a walk for him in an 0-2 day. 7 hits for the Bells on offense. 4 runs in, a 4-2 lead over Port Angeles. Cassie's foul ball is strike 1. A low miss inside to Cassie for ball 1. Breaking pitch dropped in the bottom of the zone for a strike, and Cassie a bit of a smile after that one, did not agree. Pretty low in the zone in the TrackMan strike zone that we have up in the press box, but that'll be 2-2 on a similar miss from Duran, but that one a ball, so now 2 balls and 2 strikes for the Bells' designated hitter, Noah Cassie. Batting with 2 outs in the 7th. A 2-run lead for Bellingham. Swing and a foul tip into the glove of Patterson that sits down Cassie via back-to-back strikeouts for Duran in the 7th. 1-2-3, down go the Bells. And into the 8th, the game trends as it's 4-2, Bellingham in front of the Lefties.
Have you had a fall, sprain, or break? Skip the emergency room and go straight to the experts, Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons. With walk-in, same-day orthopedic care, you won't have to wait for the treatment you need. And to better serve our community, we've extended our walk-in clinic hours, 1 to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays. Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons.
Puget Sound Energy is thrilled to team up with the Bellingham Bells for Community Wednesdays this season. Every Wednesday home game at Joe Martin Field, PSC and the Bells will celebrate a featured Whatcom County nonprofit with a $2,000 donation. Come out to the ballpark to cheer on the Bells while supporting these amazing organizations that make our community stronger. Together, we're building a better Whatcom County. See you at the field. Go Bells.
8th inning in Bellingham. Rohan Kasanagadu going to remain out there for the Bells here in the 8th inning after his 7th inning that featured just 3 batters faced, 3 retired for the right-hander out of USC. He'll face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters of Port Angeles. Currently just the 2-run lead for Bellingham. Looks like it's going to be a pinch hitter for the Lefties in the 8th inning after George Smith at shortstop goes 0 of 2. Brady Sprague going to come off the bench, a guy that we've seen so far in the series plenty of. Both of the starts at shortstop over the first 2 matchups of the 3-game series. That ball 1 missed from Kasanagadu to start his 8th inning. Kasanagadu just the 3rd arm to go for Bellingham after Caleb Seebeck got us started with 3 2-run innings. Both of those runs unearned, though. And then Robbie Zimmerman, who's currently in line for a win, should the bullpen hold the score where it is. Zimmerman's 3 scoreless frames got the Bells through 6, and Kasanagadu through the 7th. Now 1-2 the count in the leadoff man in the 8th. 1-2, and a really bad swing from Sprague there. That one bounced before home plate, and he swung at it. It's a strikeout, the 2nd for Kasanagadu, and 4 straight batters retired for the relief pitcher from Bellingham. Kasanagadu, initially out of Valley Christian High School in California, pitched 52 innings with an 0.85 ERA while recording 12 saves as a senior. Recorded 114 innings pitched with 13 wins in his high school career. A total ERA during his career of 1.30 with Valley Christian. Got him to USC with the Division I Trojans after being the 24th ranked right-handed pitcher in California and the 74th overall player in the state, according to Perfect Game. 1 ball and a strike on Wyatt Moeller, bottom of the order hitter for the Lefties, who lines this foul down the left field side for strike 2. USC this year, 48-18. They were 20-10 in the Big Ten. Made it to the NCAA postseason, but lost to UNC in the Super Regional. Right-hander set for a 1-2. Sprayed to right field. Keybon to his left has the 2nd out. Back to the top of the order for Port Angeles and Will Feltus, who's gone 0 of 2. He's hit by a pitch as well. He'll bat as the 3rd man up in the 8th inning as the lefty is chasing 2 runs. Two-out pitch from Kasanagadu is strike 1. Bells trying to get a series win for the first time in a long time. Their last league series win came against the Port Angeles Lefties the last time they were at home, as that foul ball is just out of the first baseline before Nate Johnson got it. 0-2 on Feltus. Bells played the Lefties
23rd, 4th, and 5th of June, and took that series before their 9-game Canada road trip, where they lost all 3 series. Won 3 non-league games before the weekend here, and now up 2 runs looking for the series win over Port Angeles. That breaking pitch is called for a ball. I'm not sure if it was high or inside, but sure looked like it should have been strike 3. Now the 1-2 instead comes. Feltis fouls it off. Another 1-2. There's a swing and a miss from Feltis. Actually got a tip of his bat, but Lyle gloved it. That strikeout caps a 1-2-3 8th inning. To the bottom of the 8th we go. Bell's looking for some insurance for the bottom of the 8th inning.
Need a break from everything? Escape to a place where anything is possible and the fun never stops. At Silver Reef Casino Resort, you'll discover world-class dining, championship caliber golf, a full sports book and bar, over 1,000 top-rated slots and table games, and so much more. Come join the fun and see why we've been consistently rated one of the region's top destinations. Visit silverreefcasino.com to book your stay and discover all the exciting events and promotions we have in store for you. Silver Reef Casino Resort, located off I-5, exit 260.
At Judd & Black, great value comes with expert assistance. We're your hometown appliance store, where you can expect top-notch service and a wide selection of quality brands.
When you walk into a Judd & Black showroom, you can expect to see a very friendly face that's ready to help and figure out what you need.
Enjoy a shopping experience big box stores can't offer. Talk to an appliance expert at your hometown appliance store for over 85 years. Judd & Black.
When pain or injury slows you down, Peace Health Orthopedics, Sports Medicine, Foot and Ankle, and Trauma Services are here to help. Our experienced orthopedic team cares for bones, joints, and muscles, offering personalized treatment and same-day appointments. From everyday aches to unexpected injuries and joint replacement, Peace Health helps you move better, feel stronger, and get back to your life. Learn more about Peace Health Orthopedics at peacehealth.org. That's peacehealth.org.
Bottom of the 8th inning in Bellingham, 4-2 the lead for the home team. The Bells will come to bat with the 2-run lead, hoping to add to it for some insurance runs before the 9th inning, as Bellingham tries to take this series over the Lefties for the 3rd time on the year. The first 2 matchups finished in sweeps for Bellingham. This one not a sweep after Port Angeles' Friday 2-1 win, but the 8-2 win yesterday for the Bells and the 4-2 lead right now. Looking to add to it as well for Bellingham. Nate Johnson will lead off the bottom of the 8th inning for Bellingham. He's looking for his first time on base. Only Bellingham Bell in the game to not touch first safely, as he's 0 of 3. Johnson lined out to the first baseman Wood on a foul ball play that Wood snared for an out. Johnson's 3rd time to the dish. Now the first baseman batting as the leadoff man. First pitch is in for strike 1 on him. Dylan Carroll took over for Robert Duran here in the 8th inning. There's a swing and a miss from Johnson for strike 2. Duran went 2 innings of relief. In the 6th inning, surrendered 1 run on 3 hits. Did have 3 strikeouts without walking a batter. As Johnson will be sat down to begin the 8th inning, and that's how the bottom of the 8th starts for Bellingham on offense. Jake Lyle to bat next. So Carroll starts it off with a strikeout here in the 8th. And Jake Lyle, a pair of hits for him. 2 singles and a run scored for Bellingham's catcher. As the backstop bats from the right side, and it's Carroll taking an inside ball 1. 86-mile-an-hour fastball from Dylan Carroll, the lefty out of the University of Wisconsin, River Falls. Back in Washington, growing up in Lake Forest Park. And Lyle will have his 3rd hit of the game, shooting it the opposite way out to right field. A base knock for the catcher. 8th of the game for Bellingham, 3rd for Lyle. And Bryce Johnson, who's got 2 hits himself, is now up. Bryce Johnson takes the first one he sees from the new left-handed pitcher for ball 1. Carroll is just the 3rd arm to throw for the lefties in the game. Strike 1 in on Johnson. 2 of 3 back-to-back plate appearances for Bryce Johnson with hits. Scored a run in the 5th and helped score a run in the 6th inning following Jake Lyle's single in the 6th. He moved him over with his hit, and now Bryce Johnson spraying one out to right center field, but has enough air under it for Daniels, the right fielder, to get to it in the gap for the 2nd out.
Next up for the Bells, number 20, Rashad Hayes.
So Rashad Hayes now batting 1 of 2 for him with an RBI and a sacrifice bunt. 2 down and 1 on for Bellingham in the 8th. 2 run the lead for Bellingham. They're up 4-2 over Port Angeles here in the series finale. Looking like Thrasher Steed's going to be the closer for your Bells. Getting ready in the bullpen and getting ready to maybe try and earn the save. Bellingham would love to maybe add some run cushion on, but 2 outs, and the lefties with Dylan Carroll trying to prevent any extra runs. Port Angeles trying to avoid losing the series here against Bellingham for a 3rd time on the year. Hayes picked up his first hit of the game in the 6th, his last time up. Low and inside pitch on the 0-1. Ball 1 to the Stanford shortstop, Rashad Hayes. Lyle is lead off of first base after his single. 1-1 into Rashad Hayes. A swing and miss for strike 2. 86-mile-an-hour fastball low and inside to Hayes that he couldn't cut on. Now here's a 1-2. Fouled off by Hayes to keep him alive. Bells had only struck out once against the starter, James Kelsey. Robert Duran came in and struck out 3 through 2 innings. 1 strikeout already for Dylan Carroll in relief, and now 2 outs and a 1-2 count against Rashad Hayes. Strikeout count for the lefty Carroll. Hayes spoils another 1-2. So he keeps himself alive in it. The 1-2 to Hayes again. This one outside. Back pick throw to Lyle at first, but head first back in safely. And Garrett Patterson is trying to keep Jake Lyle in check, the opposition's catcher. He's still safe at first, and Hayes having himself a nice at-bat. 2 balls and 2 strikes after that take. Tyler Peschke on deck for Bellingham. As the 2-2 comes home, Hayes lofts it to left field. Matosic running towards the corner. He won't get there as it drops in. Lyle running around third as the relay comes home. No throw from the shortstop, Brady Sprague.
And that is an RBI double for Rashad Hayes, as he's now got 2 hits and 2 RBI in the game. There's some insurance. 5-2 now the lead, as it's extended to a 3-run lead for Bellingham. And Tyler Peschke to bat with a man in scoring position. Lyle has now scored twice on his 2 hits. Hayes has driven in 2 on his 2 knocks. Hayes driving in Lyle in both the 6th and now 8th innings to make it 5-2 the lead for Bellingham. And Peschke looks for his first hit. 0 of 2 in the game with a walk and a run scored. Laid on his swing for strike 1 behind the 86-mile-an-hour fastball. Ball 1 on a missed low 88-mile-an-hour fastball. Fastest from Carroll we've seen in his relief outing. Now tagged for a run in the 8th. High and away for ball 2 to Peschke. Fouled away from Peschke for strike 2, the third baseman. Carroll set for another pitch into Peschke, looking to put him away in the 2-2. Hayes taking off, and it's fouled off. Hayes with 6 steals on the summer. Maybe trying to swipe one there against a left-handed relief pitcher. Sent back to second base after the foul ball, though, that kept Peschke in the at-bat. Wide miss to Peschke, so a full count. Robin Kebon on deck, bottom of the order hitter for Bellingham. Now the 3-2. Swing and a miss from Peschke, and Bells get 1 run of insurance in the 8th inning on the RBI hit from Rashad Hayes, and it's 5-2 entering the 9th inning. Bells 3 outs away from a series win over Port Angeles.
What's up, Bells fans? Dr. Amar here from Everstrong Therapy, the sports and performance physical therapists and rehab professionals right here in Bellingham. We are so proud to continue being the official training and rehab partner of the Bellingham Bells, making sure our boys are safe and moving their best throughout the season. So remember, when you're ready to rehab like a professional athlete, come see us at Everstrong, and we'll see you soon. Thanks so much, stay Everstrong, and go Bells.
Bummer. This never happens at a convenient time, does it? It's always while you're hustling to meet a deadline or trying to enjoy the game. If only there were a way to outsource this and get back to what you were doing. Well, as a matter of fact, there is. Team Technology is local and employee-owned, balancing ease of access with security and compliance for the cloud and on-premise systems of small and large businesses alike. Connect with Team Technology and see how technology is easier with a team.
Choose cooperative. Choose community. Bank with Local Industrial Credit Union. Proud Sunday savings sponsor of the Bellingham Bells. If you live, work, or attend school in Washington, you can join a credit union that puts people first. Local decisions, personalized service, and a real commitment to our community. Learn more at industrialcu.com. Federally insured by the NCUA. 9th inning, and Bellingham a chance to close out the series. 5-2 the lead, a 3-run lead for Thrasher Seed, setting up a save situation for the right-hander out of West Florida, where he's committed to now following a year at Stetson. Steed with 1 save in 11 appearances for Bellingham on the summer, 12 1/3 for the right-hander. with 15 punch-outs. His ERA resting at 5.84 as he takes over for the Bells here in the final frame, 3 outs away from a series win. Rohan Kasanagadu pitches 2 perfect innings in the 7th and 8th, striking out 2 batters without allowing any base runners. Foul ball from Garrett Patterson for strike 1, and underway in the 9th now. Steed on the season, 12 hits and 9 walks allowed. There's a swing and miss from Patterson, down 0-2 now, the catcher. Steed looking to retire the first batter down in the 9th, but pulled his breaking pitch in the dirt well before home plate. It's ball 1. Steed 7 1/3 innings with Stetson this year. That slider well away from Patterson, so 2 balls and 2 strikes on the number 38 right-hander. He's headed into his senior season with West Florida, transferring from Stetson after 2 years with the Hatters, won a red shirt, and then this 2026 year, the brief time pitching, and he hits Garrett Patterson inside. Lefties are hitless since the first inning, and aside from 2 hit by pitches, the bullpen and the last 2 frames from Caleb Seebeck have been perfect. It's been a tremendous performance by the bullpen and even the starter, Seebeck. The pitching staff overall, 2 unearned runs with only 2 hits allowed. All those coming in the first inning. It's been some of the best pitching we've had. Right now, a base runner at first off the hit by pitch, and we'll see if Steed can work around it. Ethan Wood batting. That one away from the catcher, and Patterson up into scoring position, taking away the double play opportunity on the pass ball. So Steed behind 1-0 against Ethan Wood. He's 0 of 3 with a run scored. Reached on the error fielder's choice in the first inning. One of the 2 lefties all-stars trying to deliver a big swing to spark the comeback in the 9th inning. Wood takes ball 2 low on a breaker from Thrasher Steed. 7 strikeouts this collegiate year and 7 1/3 innings pitched. 15 Ks and 12 1/3 as a Bellingham Bell. A 2-0. Lofts it high out into the left field there for Jaden Jackson. He's standing right near the left field foul line for an easy pop fly. And the first out gain for Thrasher Steed, 1/3 of the way home. Steed's first save of the summer came against the Portland Pickles in a 5-2 win for Bellingham on June 12th. That the Friday matchup between the Pickles back in June. This the Saturday matchup against the Lefties, and he delivers ball 1 to Jordan Daniels, low and away. Steed only recorded 1 out in that save chance, leaving Zach Elso in the 9th. This a grounder to Aspen Alexander. He gets on it. His throw to Johnson in time for the 2nd out. Alexander fielding that 95-mile-an-hour ground ball with routine. And 2 outs in the 9th. Steed now an out away from the series win.
Matosic swinging at the first pitch and strike one. If you count the non-league appearance for Thrasher Steed against the Everett Merchants, he's pitched 7 of his last 8 outings with Bellingham scoreless. Did give up 3 runs at Edmonton during that time, but a good stretch of pitching for one of Bellingham's high leverage arms. Right here trying to pick up his second save. Well, one missing low. Man at third for the Lefties with 2 outs in the ninth. 1-1 from Steed is strike 2. Now Bellingham a strike away from taking down the Lefties. Rallying behind the 2-1 loss on Friday, Bellingham claimed the 8-2 win on Saturday. Now here 5-2 the lead and a strike away from the series win. The right-hander's pitch is swung on and missed by Matosic, and Bellingham takes the series over Port Angeles with a 5-2 rubber game win. Thrasher Steed finishing off the 9th inning with a strikeout. Bellingham and the arms, what a performance today. Just 2 hits allowed, coming both back in the first inning. 8 hitless innings from there on out. Only 2 hit by pitches as base runners and pure dominance by the arms. It gives Robbie Zimmerman his 3rd win of the season, with Steed closing it out for his 2nd save. The losing pitcher, the starter, James Kelsey, who allowed his 3 runs in the 5th inning. That got him to fall behind despite the first 4 innings being successful against Bellingham. So with that loss, he falls to 1-1 on the season. And the Bells take the win here on this Sunday afternoon in Bellingham. Bells will be back tomorrow, not playing a game, but it'll be the Community Champions game, a partnership with the Max Higbee Center here at the ballpark. We'll have a live stream for it too, so if you just want to see one of the cooler events that Bellingham has and puts on for its community, that's tomorrow. But the actual baseball will be resuming on Tuesday. Non-league action against the Cascade Collegiate team, followed by a non-league game against the Dub C Fish Sticks on Wednesday, and a non-league contest against Gunderson Baseball on Thursday. All those games this week, 6:35 start times to close out the 9-game homestand, as the Bells get the win today over the Port Angeles Lefties to take the series. We'll go through the stats when we come back. 5-2 the victory here, as Bellingham takes the series finale over the Lefties, who they've seen so much this year. Now 8-1 when facing Port Angeles this summer. And Bellingham, on their season-long record, improves to 22-14, dropping the Lefties to 8-27. We'll be right back with the post-game stats after a 5-2 win here at Joe Martin Field.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
from everything? Escape to a place where anything is possible and the fun never stops. At Silver Reef Casino Resort, you'll discover world-class dining, championship caliber golf, a full sports book and bar, over 1,000 top-rated slots and table games, and so much more. Come join the fun and see why we've been consistently rated one of the region's top destinations. Visit silverreefcasino.com to book your stay and discover all the exciting events and promotions we have in store for you. Silver Reef Casino Resort, located off I-5, exit 260.
At Judd & Black, great value comes with expert assistance. We're your hometown appliance store where you can expect top-notch service and a wide selection of quality brands.
When you walk into a Judd & Black showroom, you can expect to see a very friendly face that's ready to help and figure out what you need.
Enjoy a shopping experience big box stores can't offer. Talk to an appliance expert at your hometown appliance store for over 85 years. Judd & Black.
You're at Joe Martin Field following a 5-2 win for Bellingham to take a series for the first time since June, where the Bells beat the Port Angeles Lefties in one of the final weeks of June. Bellingham had struggled against their league opponents in their last couple of matchups, but get the series win over Port Angeles. The stats today, first for the visiting Lefties, just 2 hits for them coming in the first inning. Garrett Patterson and Jordan Daniels recording those, with Daniels having an RBI, as did Matosic. Those 2 runs in the first inning gave Port Angeles the early lead, but from there on out, nothing. No success for them as far as offensively goes. They were sat down in order in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 7th, and 8th innings. Only base runners coming in the 6th and 9th for the Lefties on hit by pitches, so no hits or walks. That's because the Bellingham Bells pitching staff absolutely shoved tonight. What a performance by the staff, and, it doesn't happen often, but they're your players of the game. The whole pitching staff is the players of the game. The win for Robbie Zimmerman, but Caleb Seebeck in the start, going 3 innings without allowing an earned run, gave up the lone 2 hits and didn't walk a batter. There were no walks issued at all, as Robbie Zimmerman followed with 3 scoreless innings, only the hit by pitch against him, earning his 3rd win of the year. Rowan Casanagadu, 2 perfect frames with 2 strikeouts. And then Thrasher Steed got the save despite hitting a batter. Offensively for Bellingham, Jake Lyle led the Bells, going 3 of 4 with 2 runs scored. Jaden Jackson was 1 of 4 with the game-tying 2 RBI double in the 5th inning. Aspen Alexander picked up the go-ahead RBI on a sacrifice fly in that same frame. Bryce Johnson was 2 of 4 with a run scored. Rashad Hayes drove in 2 on his 2 hits and had a double as well. Peschke scoring once after reaching on a walk. Romanick Kebon was 1 of 3 with a run scored in the Bells win today, 5-2. Other West Coast League action going on today for you. A couple North Division matchups finishing up in their 3-game series. Victoria beat the Kamloops Northpaws 12-5 to take the series there. Other live scores right now, the cross division matchups between the Nanaimo Night Owls and the Bend Elks. 3-1 the lead for Nanaimo at home over the Elks in the top of the 9th, and the Edmonton Riverhawks leading the Berries 5-3 in the top of the 8th. In the South, Portland leads Ridgefield 10-4 in the bottom of the 7th inning, and Springfield and Corvallis is just about getting started. Top of the 1st inning there. 5:35, Wenatchee will host Kelowna. And at 6:05, Walla Walla will host Yakima Valley. We'll see you tomorrow with the Community Champions game, but catch your Bellingham Bells next in action on Tuesday, 6:35 against the Cascade Collegiate League Showcase team. Some non-league action during the All-Star break. 5 Bellingham Bells headed to the All-Star game at Victoria. The Harbor Cats hosting that. All-Star game scheduled for Wednesday, 6:35, the 15th here in July. Support your Bells. If you want to go take a trip to Vancouver Island, that'd be fun to go over for the All-Star game. But we'll be here still at home hosting some non-league contests. So we'll hope to see you there. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Zen Hill. Thanks again for another great game on the Bells YouTube channel. Have a good rest of your day, and go Bells.